Alright, what is going on, guys? Your boy NX30 here, bringing you guys a brand new series called Graphic Elements. This series will be pretty short because there's not much elements that is that important for you to know, and plus each episode will be quite short. I will try to make it short and then make you understand everything in like a short amount of time, so it's easier for new beginners to watch or for people who just basically want to know more about graphic design. And I'm thinking about opening another series of me talking about what I think about doing all the things I'm doing right now. So that's that, but hopefully you guys enjoy this series. If you guys do, let me know in the comment section. I try to bring back my channel after like a few months of deadness inside because I haven't been uploading since. Well, I do upload, but the upload schedule has been pretty fucked, so I try to come back since it's already summer, so I will try to bring you guys as much content as I can. But my Vegas won't work, so I need to find another ultimate for that. But there's always After Effects, so it should be fun. Now that intro is kind of long, so this video might be a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter. So let us create like a new document here. It doesn't name a tutorial or of fonts, because so this episode is going to be about fonts, because it's quite important for a graphic designer to know about fonts and everything, because it's mostly words, and you're trying to inform your audience about what's going on. So yeah. There's many different ways about fonts. So the first thing you probably notice is it's the font itself, like the font itself. So there's Nexa, Arial, all that kind of stuff. SF, San Francisco UI, which is what Apple uses, and everything else. So I'm just gonna turn this back down. Turn the fucking size up to 50, I guess. Yep, that's cool enough. Alright, so this is the font itself. This is San Francisco, light display, UI display lights. There's also Nexa, Bull lights, and there's also Arial, which is what you guys are probably most used to. And there's all of this stuff like Imagine fonts, which is blocky, which I really enjoy. And there's Android, for the actual company, system itself. Android system, So my most go-to fonts is usually Nexa or SF UI display, because I like professional looking fonts and simple design, which fit the best with these kind of fonts. Now there's many different things you could do with fonts. There's boldness, light, or thin, or just normal, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna differentiate it for you guys. FUI semi-bold. Oh fuck. Hold on, let me do it. I'm just gonna use Nexa bold and Nexa light, I should say. So that's the big difference between these two. Now, the difference I want you guys to know about these two is that it's quite important when you're using bold and light text, because the bold text is, of course, going to be more standing out to the audience than light text is going to be, the less important information, I guess. I mean, every information on the poster should be important, but just make the things that you want to stand out more bolded, so it appeals to the audience. So I'm just going to make a quick example of my name. My name is NXHD, but I call it, I use the old ones, is better. NX Studio. So this is my old name, so you guys can call me whatever. Just call me NX, I prefer that. So I'm gonna next up that and change my studio back to light, as my name is called Annex, and studio is just an add-on to let people know that I do stuff to help people design stuff and shit. I want to call it design, but a lot of people use it, so I was like, fuck it, no, I'm not gonna use that garbage. I decided to use studio at the very last. So yeah, that's it. So now you guys can see, Annex is more standing out, and you guys can know what to look for when you guys are looking at design. So these are the two things. These are the first. Font's the first thing. Bold and light is the second thing. So of course I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna do another text layer right here with the fonts. I'm just gonna do Nexa and Imagine. Can't type. I almost spelled it wrong. Alright, so this will be Nexa. I'm gonna make it bold, and Imagine will be, just the Imagine fonts like that. And I'm gonna make the size a little bit smaller so you guys can see the difference. And I'm just gonna make it the same fucking heights, I guess. It's around the same. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, there's different, there's always different fonts to choose from and shit. So yeah, that's the fonts, and that's the bold and light, and that's the example for lights and yeah. And there's also color. So let's say red. Oh, I'm gonna change the font back to Nexa bold. So there's red, and there's red, blue, and green. So the main purpose of colors is also the same, almost the same. Well, almost the same as bold and other. It's almost the same as fonts and bold. I mean, pretty much every feature with fonts is almost the same. Is basically to appeal to your audience about what you want them to read. But the only difference between color and all these type of stuff above, if you look more into color theory, which I'm gonna talk to you about next episode. If you look more into colors, there's actually more about color, about how different color provide more people a different mood and stuff, but it's all on personal opinion, so I'm not gonna go too much into that. But let's take Apple for instance. They don't really have a color. They want it to be simple. So at first they want to be colorful at first. Their very second logo was the original Apple sign, but with a rainbow color gradient over it. But right now they only stick with gray or black, I forgot, but it's it's just their thing. Now for Google, they decided to choose many different colors since this is just my own thoughts. I believe they are trying to express that they could cover a lot of fields. That's why they have that much color. And for Facebook, it's blue because it's more user friendly and and for Twitter as well. So yeah, that's that. And for Steam, I think it's going to a more futuristic point of view. So that's why they decided to choose a darker color. I mean, you can always make it like into different skins and shit and stuff. But they decided to choose the original dark color because they wanted to go more futuristic, and it's a game. Yeah, that's pretty much with fonts and color. I just go through it real quick. So yeah, with that said, these are the most fundamental things about using fonts. Now there's other things you can use with font, like the one I just messed with, which is the gap between each text. So let's say I'm just gonna type my name HG here and change this to bold, and this is what I use all the time. Sorry, someone called me on talking things. Okay, there we go, and that is our name. And let's just say if I have a website and if I make it too big, it's gonna be really distracting from the original text, which is right here. So I'm just gonna make it www.nxhd.com. Let's just say I have a website and I want to show it to everybody. So I'm gonna change the font back to that, and also make sure it's on light and his lights, and change the font to like 10. Well, no, fuck, I just fucking messed up. All right, awesome. Delete that. Type it nxhd.com. There we go. Sorry, I swear a little bit, but it's that. Alright, I'm gonna change this. It's 15 that I said, no, 10. Oh, 5, it's 7, even better. Alright, awesome. Now with that said, I mean, it already looks pretty good. I don't know what the fuck. It's already looked pretty good, but it will look better for me in my personal preference. I like it to be the same length of each line of the text, so I try to make it the same length and stuff, except for the first line. Fuck that shit. Alright, I'm gonna maybe like 500. Not to do too much. 1,000 around. Okay, we're getting closer. Alright. Fuck. Okay, there we go. So around that should be that should be like a brand. I'm gonna turn off all these layers just because it's really distracting. So I'm gonna move this to center. There we go. Now, if you have this as like your wallpaper, and then maybe do like a little twist with the background, put like a grading overlay and 10%. Now that looks pretty good as like a branding stuff for people to see, and it looks kind of like Apple. You know what? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do Apple. Let's just do Apple. I'm gonna put it back to the San Francisco UI because that's what they use. I'm gonna do that, and also change this to, what is their fucking website? I have no clue. Okay, so it's Apple. Fucking hell. Alright, whatever. I don't fucking know. So it's www. So I'm gonna be www.apple.com. So that's why that's what the Apple really want people to see. So I'm gonna change this to UI display lights. There we go. Awesome. Now the text will be, since Apple is shorter, you know what? I'm gonna make it like a better example. So since this is Apple, I feel like it's too crowded, so I'm gonna make it 400. That's awesome. All right. Excuse me. I'm gonna change this back to. I really don't know. I forgot all the numbers. Fuck. Oh, number 0. Nope. Right there. Yeah, there we go. Let's go to left. So yeah, that's a pretty cool way to do it. Like for Apple, I'm gonna add colors into. I'm actually gonna probably use this for the next example. But as you guys can see, the the gap between each layer, each letter creates a pretty cool effects. For other people to see, and also it's quite appealing to some audience if you have the same length, since it's it's just human nature that you want everything to be. I don't personally agree to it, but it's a lot of human nature that people wanted to have everything be lined. So some people have their crazy design with nothing is lined, but that's cool. I like to do it this way just because this is more comfortable to people's eyes, and plus I like it better, and it looks simple, and it can look really professionally, which we all need in future work. So yeah, that's basically for fonts, and also there's many different things, but it's not really that much. I mean the gap between each each line of the text could create like a different effect. Like this one is kind of separate. I like it how it was like this. But yeah, there's also like different gaps between different fonts and the size of the fonts, and yeah. But the size of the font also the same thing as the boldness and the thinness, or the regular, because it also shows that you wanted to have things stand out, just like how I do my name, like NXHD, and that's NXHD. I'm gonna use an X for it and have the gap between it to like 200, and then change the AT to fucking lights, and there we go. That's it. That's my name. My name is Annex, and HD is just something to add on. Also, I could do this for Studio. I could do all kinds of changes with size and fonts and everything. So yeah, just a quick tip for you guys for fonts: just mess with everything and make sure to take good care of your boldness, thinness, size, and everything. Gap between each letter. I forgot what you call it. I think it's called like type. I forgot whatever. But that's basically typographics and fonts for graphic design. And if you do it really well, it could portray really, really good effects for your audience to see. And hopefully you guys learned something from this episode. I believe it's been around like 10 minutes or so. Yep, it's 30 minutes. Fuck, that's 2 minutes. Okay, it's too long. I need to try to make it shorter next time. If I'm talking too fast, let me know in the comments. And hopefully you guys learned something. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.